and gentlemen.
Yeah.
What's up?
I got my sunglasses on, man. It's so confident and soothing in this motherfucker. I mean, God,
Okay.
Say that.
Ladies'
Right.
room.
so
Yes.
soothing.
So welcome and thank you for joining me in the Ladies' Room, a bi-weekly podcast where you get to eavesdrop into a wide range of discussions that happen only where, ladies?
In the ladies' room.
In the
It
ladies'
only took like 6 episodes for us to get there, but we finally got it. So you can follow us, subscribe on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you find your live streaming, and watch us live here on Facebook and on YouTube. So, ladies, we have some guests with us tonight. We're super excited. It's our brother podcast, Str8 No Chaser. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
What up? Keltrick. Everybody call me KG, but grateful to be here, man. It's still sunny where I'm at. I'm on the West Coast right now, so happy to be here. Grateful to be with you guys. Congratulations on the show, and continue to support you guys. What up, Jay?
Yeah. John Cook, you know what I'm saying? I'm also co-sign everything KG just said. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting us. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on your show here and everything, and I'm ready to get it started.
Yes. So,
We're about to
fellas,
meet in the ladies' room.
what y'all been doing since y'all been on a hiatus and kind of like let us handle the show this summer? So, what y'all been doing? What y'all been up to this summer?
Too much and not enough at the same time.
Right.
I would say, really enjoying the time with our families, traveling, get on each other's nerves, trying to find Neil because he's still missing. But we talk to him every now and again, but we still trying to find him.
Right.
And then, really thinking about how we want to come back and regroup for our upcoming season, which begins next Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So,
next Thursday. Make sure you tune into our brother's podcast, Str8 No Chaser. We'll promote all over our pages, so you got to make sure you tune into theirs. If you like us, you'll love them.
Absolutely.
Trust me.
I think it's vice versa. If you love them, you're gonna like us just a little bit because we ain't got it's nearly as much space. Like I saw the silhouettes on it was coming in like this. She had the hat on. I'm like, God damn, we need some silhouettes, man.
Yeah, we got to
Y'all
change
gotta
it up.
do like a manly silhouette of y'all face. Wow.
I mean, hey, listen, we might do creative and come up with something else. We'll see.
We used to have something like that back in the day.
You said what?
A long time ago. We used to have something like that back in the day where we had like the Brothers Point of View podcast that was like in 2014. We'll bring that up later.
Yeah.
So y'all been doing a podcast for a while? Like, how long have y'all been doing podcasts?
See that you're doing too much. See that, Jay? You're doing too much. You bringing up something that ain't relevant.
Let's
It's
stay in
totally
the
relevant. We've been
archives.
doing this for a couple years. I feel like mainly started during COVID. Been going strong for like a good 2 years now.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
So y'all been friends. For those of you who don't know, like you have viewers that have never watched your show, they're actually kind of the opposite of us, where they've been friends forever, whereas we just met each other physically like in July. They've actually known each other, went to college together, are like in each other's weddings, godchildren of each other. Like, so it's a total different kind of vibe. So definitely tune into their show because it gives you this brother Black man, just greatness to feel.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Sound regal.
Right. Yeah, I like that. See, we need to we're gonna take this and put this in like our little promo or whatever.
Hey, y'all, we actually paid her to say that.
Right.
Man, we did not. We appreciate that.
No, y'all know I love y'all. Come on now. It actually, let me tell the viewers this. I got the idea for our show from their show, so I'm gonna give y'all full credit for that. And it was y'all that were the ones that were like, "Do it, go," because a lot of people would have been some haters. Y'all showed much respect and Black love, and was just like, "Do your thing. Like, we're here to support you." So, my dreams came true with this podcast, and I thank you a million times over for being supportive and being like our brother podcast and kind of, holding our hands through this. And they don't even know behind the scenes, they're sending us text messages like, y'all got this, go, y'all got this. So we appreciate all the love. And then I want to say this before we get into our show and recap. I want to thank the ladies as well, because I just threw out an idea. They jumped with it, and I muchly appreciate y'all. They don't even know I'm doing this. I planned this on my own, that I was going to come in and say this to them tonight. Was thank you so much. Y'all don't know. I got new best friends because of y'all, and it's just we didn't know each other, and I feel like I couldn't live life without y'all now, and that's wholeheartedly the truth. So I appreciate you so much.
We love you, girl.
We love you.
That's what's up.
Love you.
That's cool.
All right, so with that, let's recap some of the highlights from the show.
No crying in baseball.
This ain't baseball.
But this is a ladies' room. We can cry in the ladies' room.
Exactly. Come on, man.
There you go.
Cry, drink, cuss, feel on each other's booties.
Is that what happens? Okay.
Or go to the restroom with somebody. I've seen that before.
That's what we do. That's
Help
what we
zip
do.
me up.
Right, take her to the hospital.
we
in the ladies'
do.
room.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna go back through all of the stuff.
Wait a minute.
All
I see
of the
somebody in the
stuff.
comments.
Yes.
Are we gonna add him to the show?
I don't know how to do that.
Wait a minute now.
Wait a minute.
Bring
Stop.
Neil back.
Time out. Where is Neil? We have to find Neil.
Wait a minute.
What just happened?
Wait, Neil is here?
He's
Wait a
hijacking.
minute.
Oh wow!
Wait a minute. How the hell you gonna be ready for this show? Don't come on our own show.
Hey,
Oh wow! That's
you know,
crazy.
it's been some things going on, man.
No. Keep your glasses on. Keep your glasses on. That's a look. Keep your glasses on.
No, I'm cool. What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Right on time, because we was just about to get into our favorite highlights from the show. So welcome, brother.
What's going on, sisters? How y'all feeling? Pleasure to
About to
find
stump
you.
him. About to stump him.
Neil,
What'd you say,
tell us, how was your summer? Like, what have you been doing, dude?
Grinding. Like, my daughters are in college. Their birthday was yesterday. They just turned 19. Kels was their godfather. John's been there since the beginning. So, you know, I'm a daddy's girl. So seeing them 19 right now, I'm not ready for it. But other than that, I'm back in the educational world. I'm an educator. Been in the game 20 years. So back to teaching the babies.
Shout out to my educators. There's a lot of us on here.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Yes.
But other than that, just relaxing and, you know, like Keltrick, trying to stay focused. Don't do that, Keltrick.
Good to see
I'm
you, bro.
so like full of y'all don't even understand. To see you, Neil, never thought it would happen.
Full circle. It's full circle, baby. Full
No,
circle.
that's real talk. No. You know what? I'm grown enough to take that because I've been going through, you know, just life. That's all.
Right. It's life, man.
Yeah, it's life. But like Keltrick said, that's my brother. I love him to death.
Y'all was about to do something, and the show.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about highlights. So what was your favorite moment from our show? I'm gonna go first because hands down, I think I got more text messages, more emails, more comments about Cam's goddamn baby bird, feeding her some damn food while she's in a fetal position, sitting on a goddamn bed. And explain it, because I can't even do it justice.
Which episode was it?
That was
It was like one of the first ones.
Okay, well, we talked about our favorite position, sex position, right? And I said that
Oop. Okay.
The audio going in and out,
Perfect
Cam.
timing.
We trying to hit this, Cam.
timing.
So what happened?
the host muted my damn mic. That's what it said. Okay, anyway, so my favorite sex position was, I said the guy was positioned in the bed and he puts himself in the position of a bird and flaps his wings and flies into the kitchen to fries me some bacon.
Can I replay it? Because I haven't. I can totally pull it up.
I think
That's
we
what I
need
was
to see
trying
this.
to do.
I think we need to see this.
I think we need to see it because that right there.
Do we need to see it, y'all?
I think we need to see it.
Oh my God, look at my fro.
Wait, we can't hear them. Wait.
Our facial expressions, though.
I
Good.
know,
I'm
right?
glad we can't play. I'm
We can't
glad.
play it. We can't play it.
Well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm not focused enough to do all of that, y'all.
It's okay. That was the funniest shit ever.
But I mean, bacon just turns me on. Yeah.
I cannot.
Oink, oink.
Not bacon.
Well done.
One of our commenters said bacon equals love. So yeah.
Bacon does equal love. I love bacon. Bacon is absolutely amazing.
Man, if you fry me some bacon, that's like that's my heart. Like I'll give you my heart, you know, like.
What else would you give if somebody fried you some bacon?
Huh?
People honey can hear. I said, what else would you give if someone fried you some bacon?
I would be nice for the rest of the day, you know. Call, check on you, you know.
That's a lot.
Right? That is a lot.
But Cam, I got a question for you, Cam. What if by accident somebody tried to make you bacon and they burnt it a little, just a little?
Is there some more bacon in the refrigerator?
A little char on some bacon is good. If you get like that little peppery ridge part.
I mean, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But if they burnt the bacon, just fry some more.
I've had to do that a few times.
You burned a whole pizza the other day, ma'am. A whole.
Listen, Cassie is forever doing the most, and that is why Cassie is my show highlight. Because my favorite highlight from the show is hearing about Cassie being abandoned in a hospital and us being so mad, like, how y'all girls leave you at the hospital? But her girls in the comments filling us in on gaps in the story, so we understand why her ass was left in the damn
drunk as hell. She was like drunk as hell,
pulling up on herself.
While we never take shots. No shots for Cassie.
But I had the best shoes on, at least.
Priorities. Priorities. That's very important.
And wait, you can't just say I burnt the pizza and not say anything else.
You put the pizza in the oven. You forgot about it.
It was in there, okay? I forgot to set the timer.
Oh, Cassie. All right, Cam, what was your favorite moment from the show?
Okay, when Jen, we talked about worst dates, and Jen said that this guy catfished her, and she went out and was staring at this guy's lymphoma on his forehead.
Lipoma.
Oh, lipoma. I'm sorry.
But Jennifer tells us so well. Jennifer, if you would please remind us of this experience.
What is a lipoma?
Nobody knows.
A lipoma is like a fatty mass. So I watch a show. I watch a dermatologist that like does lipoma extractions, and a lot of times she equates it to the look of like a chicken breast. Like when you open it up, it's like from a chicken, wherever the lipoma is. So anyway, I go on this date, and this man, like, when I walk in, he's standing there. He had a hat on at first. And so we go to the table and sit down, and he pulls the hat off, and there's like this knot like there. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like,
was it like a knot like he was in a car wreck? Or was it just
like a unicorn?
He had a little unicorn horn, pretty much. And
it sounded like a little bit.
The waitress was looking at me like, really? And I had to tell the waitress, I was like, girl, I just met him. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow.
You know what I pictured?
Just met him.
I pictured
I don't know why this knot is staring at the
time out.
But yeah.
The comment Janelle just said, buy it a drink. God dang it. Oh my
God.
It was thirsty too.
It was just out trying to have a good time too.
Hey, it was a 2-for-1. It was third wheeling.
I'm so sorry to the lipoma community.
Me too. Please do not just
don't cancel us.
Blame them.
Do not cancel us. It's their fault.
Go look it up on TikTok. You know, go look up some expressions. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's just it was like a third eye.
Was it like pussy?
So since Cam wants to bring that up, one of my most memorable moments. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
No, go ahead.
Hard.
I said, was it pussy?
I don't think she
touched it. Hard. Like, was it like liquidy?
Oh, I didn't touch it. Yeah. But no, it's like a lump. It's like a lump in the wherever it is. It could be a mass.
If it's
like on your back, it can stick away from your.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead. That's my fault.
Yeah, Robin said, "Why take the hat off?" Because he was like, "I got you at dinner now. Like, let's see how you react." So,
You was gonna see it sooner or later.
Look what Janelle said. Look what Janelle said. Why would she touch it, sir?
I mean, I feel like you couldn't avoid touching it. Like, I mean, just address the
Would
elephant in
you
the room.
touch it, John?
Oh yeah.
It, sir?
Time out.
See if it moves.
You would touch a woman's like little thing on her forehead without her even telling you.
Well, no, of course you're gonna ask. Come on, man.
Would you ask for consent?
Of course, absolutely. But I feel like that's the elephant in the room. Like, if you are missing an appendage, it's pointless to pretend like that's not happening. Yes, you don't have a hand.
Would you want to touch? Would you want to touch the area that's supposed to be there?
I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't exist. Is all I'm saying. I'm just going to be like, you got a big ass thing on your forehead.
Okay, wait. Pause. Let's role play.
But see, this is the thing, though.
And
like he had filtered his pictures.
How are you gonna even bring this up? I got a big knot on my head.
Right.
And so, what are you saying to me on the first date to even ask me?
What happened to your forehead? What's going on with your forehead? What's happening?
You are not.
No, here it goes. I saw this on TikTok one time.
There you go. Yeah, something like that. That makes sense. I would absolutely.
Man, stop lying.
I would. Why would I not ask you about something that is obviously happening?
Everybody is always telling me that I'm too mean. People always say I'm too mean and that I just say anything. This was the one time that I was just shocked. Like there was nothing to say. It was
you
just
were befuddled.
Me looking at it, looking at me.
No, what really happened is he was looking at you, watching you look at it, and it was just enjoying the ambiance.
It was one to drink. That's what it was one KG.
It was telling you, it was saying hi. Hey, Jennifer.
Was winking at the waitress. That's why she looked at me like, what's going on here?
And it looked at the waitress too. It was like, you see all of us.
I'd like to order, please.
Yes.
I want some oxygen. The hat, it was suffocating from the hat.
I want my shit to go. I ain't gonna be able to eat.
No, Jen, what is your moment? Because we're not because I can't.
Okay, so I'm gonna take it back to Cam again. When we talked about dates, like I was stressed about the lipoma, but she was on a date with somebody, and the man like pulls over to the side of the street, takes like, was it the crowbar or like the steering wheel lock or whatever, and gets out. Yeah, and like beats a man on the side of the street, like just gets out of the car and just starts beating somebody.
Yeah, that was my introduction to
and then her friend was in the backseat like, we should go. And Cam sitting there like, what you did, Cam, at first?
I was like, no, what we finna leave? We don't even know where we at. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. He said the man owed him some money. You know what I'm saying? It's justified.
Oh, no.
Let's just head back to Northwest DC. We don't know where the fuck we at, and we ain't got no money.
That's a problem.
Oh, the 90s.
I can't even remember. Right? Yes.
It's always Southwest DC where the problems begin.
Yo.
Girl.
Southwest?
Listen.
No, more like Southeast. That's everybody has a Southeast story.
That too.
Wow.
Robin said she will never complain about her bad dates. And I don't blame you, boo, because I wouldn't either after hearing that shit.
Right?
Right. Hell, I would have stayed.
Between somebody getting beat and looking at a lipoma, don't complain.
Listen, I would have.
I want to say y'all are very resilient because to watch somebody get beat, to stick around with a dude with a third thing on his face.
Third thing. Oh
my wait. I'm just saying.
One of y'all get drunk with nice shoes on, but burning pizza. I mean, y'all are very resilient, man. I listen. I applaud y'all, man.
I don't know if resilient is the word.
Look, I was with my friend she was like, Cam, this sounds questionable. Necessary risk. I'm just saying.
It is.
I can see it through, my boy.
Look, it was the 90s. We didn't have no sense.
None at all. We was
epidemic unscathed.
None at all.
Right.
No comment.
Look, we were jumping in cabs and running out the cabs, not even paying for it. Hey, we did a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow.
Now we're teachers.
Okay, fellas.
Oh,
y'all have a memorable moment?
We're gonna let the ladies go first. Go ahead, Cassie, I guess. Yeah.
My favorite moment, I'll keep it brief, was our last episode when we talked about I don't even know what we were talking about body image, but the question was, I don't remember what the question was either. Shit. Anyway,
stop drinking. How about that?
It's starting.
I am. It's almost
I like
gone.
that show too.
It's almost gone. But somehow, you know why? Because we went off script. We went off script because one of y'all heifers said that every time a man gets with a new chick, his dick should fall off and he grows a new one. I don't know. That was you, Jan?
I think that was Jan.
Okay. I just thought it was very funny. And then we went off script. It wasn't something everybody but it was such a good idea.
Oh, so this is what happened, right? So we were talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I get that part, but even the suggestion that your penis should fall off.
And you grow a new one. Like, no, you grow a new one.
It's like you molt. It's like you lose your skin.
Would it be the same size? Would it?
I think it depends on how the last relationship.
I don't know.
Right.
Wow. No.
Yeah.
It depends on your karma. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Yes.
It depends on your karma.
What happens to y'all vagina after y'all get rid of somebody in your breast or your mouth?
Talking about us.
Nothing.
Talking about men.
This is the ladies' room.
Right.
Wait a minute, time out. Y'all told us when we first came in here.
KG, what would it be?
Hold up now. When we first came in here, y'all said Angela was like, we be in the ladies' room touching booties and all this other kind of stuff. So y'all can't talk about y'all mouth reforming or something like that? We can't, that's off limits now?
Yeah.
Okay, I digress.
No, but for real, KG, what would be the equivalent? That's what I was saying. If y'all had to have a woman get karma back, what would that karma look like in her next relationship?
Dry pussy energy.
Wow.
Oh, that's too easy. That happens already. That's like menopause almost.
Oh,
wow. Shit.
It can be. It can be.
Stay tuned for our first episode of next season. We'll talk about that later on.
On this show belong to KG.
It does happen. Listen, people use Vagisil, all kind of stuff. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really good question. What could be the equivalent of an appendage being reformed?
Queens, you deserve the world. So, as far as I'm concerned, make all the men skin molt, penises fall off. I get it. Bravo to y'all queens, sisters, empresses. I'm just glad to be here.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer, John.
Hey, they wait for me to jump into it. I ain't gonna do it. I won't do it.
I think he gets a chi-chi shake for that answer.
No, we don't.
I'm getting them.
Wait,
I've been watching the show, so you know.
King John.
Yep, he said King John is here. Yes,
Here.
King John
Love
is
it.
here.
Love it. I'm not pandering at all.
Look, you can follow him on Str8 No Chaser. You can DM him if you would like to be a part of the Kings. I'm trying to hook you up.
There you go. There y'all go. Groupie out.
There you go. There you go.
Out.
Groupie
Yeah.
out.
He will be
This
at
is a
Howard's
little
homecoming with us, which we will talk about later. So if you would like to meet him in person, please go up to all of our events at Howard's homecoming and we will auction off John. King John.
Listen, look, I know we don't have KG forever, so I want to hear what the guys like.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, I apologize to everybody listening. I have to jump off in a little bit, but I'll share a little bit around my the moment that really stood out to me for you guys this season. It wasn't necessarily a show moment, but something that I think helps create the chemistry that you guys kind of have on the show, because Jan kind of introduced this concept earlier that they don't know each other the way that the fellas, we all know each other, but they all took a trip to Nashville and they captured it via video. And what I really was inspired by was just really the openness, the connectedness, and how they were just smile, like really genuine, happy smiles. And to see Black women smiling that way was just something that I applaud. I'm happy to see you guys kind of create this dynamic. And you can see clearly everybody's personality is very unique, but it comes together really, really well. So just that's the moment for me.
Oh. Yay. Oh. You get a chi-chi shake.
Cam, do I get one? Cam?
Come on, Cam. Come on, Cam. Come on. Let's see y'all.
I don't know. We still how many minutes? It's only been 20 minutes.
Right.
We'll see.
I ain't earned one yet. Okay.
It's only been 20 minutes.
You gotta go soon, so we gotta.
You gotta hook him up.
Okay, when he go,
I know you've been busy, and I know you know anything about our show at all.
No, for real. I mean, that's a valid joint. But like my brother just said, though, like he knows me more than anybody else on our team, and I love your energy because, like he said before, the four of us, we lived together. We did everything in the world together. You know what I mean? But just me meeting y'all for the first time, this doesn't look fake. It doesn't look like y'all was crammed together or somebody just said, yo, let's put these sisters together, make this shit pop off. It looks like y'all really genuinely care about each other. It looks like y'all really feed off one another. And that's refreshing to see because I know myself and Keltrick and John and Rob, we're very critical. Like people, when they watch our show, they know those are real brothers. I don't know y'all, but y'all seem like y'all are real sisters. Like y'all really give a fuck about each other. Like y'all really care about each other. And that's refreshing to see. So the highlight for me is just meeting y'all for the first time. For real, for real.
Hey, Quiley, you should ask Neil what's the highlight of his own show.
Damn, that gets
I'm playing.
You're not doing that. You're not doing that.
I love you. You know I love you. You know I love you. I gotta shoot you every now and again.
Yeah, we ain't talking about no exploits or none of that shit. Nah, that's dead.
All right, well, John, you didn't give us your highlight. I didn't auction you out, but you didn't tell us what you liked about the show.
I mean, I co-signed everything that they was just saying, but I really did like the body image show that y'all did last show, I believe, or maybe the one before that, because it was just, women talking about body image and stuff like that. Very rarely, I don't get to hear that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So, it was very interesting and, opportunity to hear different perspectives that I would not have thought about. I don't have the same kind of issues, I guess you could say, from a woman's perspective. So yeah, it was really informative as the father of a daughter and stuff like that. Interesting. Put it like that. All of the above.
Well, since
but
you
good,
brought it up, I have a question for you.
I don't get no claps. That's not okay. Go ahead.
We clap for.
There you go. Okay.
I'm gonna give you a cheeky shake too, son. There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love this is the applause joint. That's what y'all do. Okay. My bad.
And Tanya said she agrees with you, John, that was definitely the episode for her as well. But that episode, we had a lot of female perspective. But I'm interested to know from a male perspective, if your partner or even your daughter done all the research and came to you and said, I think I want to get plastic surgery, what would be your response? Would you be supportive?
I mean,
all three of them have daughters too.
Okay.
I'll say that all four of us have daughters.
Oh, all four of you have daughters.
I think your question is supportive. That's the easy part. If we agree with it, would be something. If I agree with it, would be something different. I would always be supportive of my daughter, of my son, of my wife, of my friends, but I don't always agree with their decisions. And I think I want to distinguish those two things because, in my opinion, I would want to make sure that she understands the risks that would be involved, why she wanted to do it, more importantly, because that's a mental thing. And, that can be addressed outside of something that could be, seen as permanent or that could do harm to her long term. So I would ask her a couple of more questions, but be supportive. Absolutely. That's without question.
And I agree with Keltrick in the sense that, because I got twin girls. So, for me, I look at it like we can be as critical or supportive as we want to be as parents and friends, but that age-old phrase, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. We could tell somebody how beautiful they are and how perfect they are, but if they don't see themselves in that image, they're going to want to change. So as long as, they've researched what they need to do, they know the risk and the consequences should it happen, of course I'm going to be 100% supportive of it. But, like I said, with that phrase, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. We could tell somebody you're perfect the way you are, this, that, and the third, 1,000,001 things. If they don't see it for themselves, they're going to do what they want to do. So I'll be supportive with it 100%.
Yeah. And I actually, I'll piggyback off of what Neil is saying. I actually read an article, I guess a few months back, and it was speaking about how we raise boys and girls differently and how you tell a girl, like, she's pretty or you're a princess, and the way the article kind of presented that whole kind of concept was it dumbs down and downplays being intelligent, and plays up your appearance in some ways. And so what I've consciously tried to do with my daughter is say, hey, smart girl, hey, intelligent little lady, like stuff like that, to kind of either balance the piece around her self-esteem around it's not just all tied around her appearance, but also, she needs to be smart. She needs to be thoughtful. She needs to, be a whole person and not just kind of caught up in this whole, she's 5 years old, so she ain't got this stuff yet, but do I have a body? Do people like me? Does he like me? Does she like me? Get all that stuff out of your head.
And then to be even deeper, a little bit even deeper with it, it's like we got to be careful with what our young daughters are exposed to and what their version of pretty and beautiful is. You know what I'm saying? Because raising two black queens, when they don't see themselves represented in these magazines or these videos, they start to judge themselves and doubt themselves because they want to live up to an expectation that they don't have to live up to. You know what I mean? So once we explain that to them, be like, babe, just because you don't see somebody who represents you in that video or in that magazine or in that fashion week in New York doesn't mean you're just not as special as they are. So we got to be careful with that shit too.
Yo, Neil, them Aaron Hall glasses, I love them, man. Glad to see you. I fucks with them, and I'm dead serious. I think we're talking about two separate things. Y'all said, how would you respond if it was your partner, or how would you respond if it was your daughter?
Yeah.
If it was my daughter, I would really want to delve in. Like, my daughter's young. Why are you doing this? You're not fully developed. Want. You know what I'm saying? Why are we even thinking about this at this time? And it also kind of depends on what she wants. Like if she wanted to get rhinoplasty or something because she doesn't like her nose, I'm not with it. So, but that's for my daughter. If you a grown up and you've decided to do something with your body in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you can afford it, by all means, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I ain't hear the part about your spouse. My bad.
Yeah, I ain't hear that part neither.
Yeah, your spouse too,
or your daughter.
Yeah, if my wife told me she wanted to have plastic surgery, I would have the same kind of reaction. I think, right? Like, why? Because my wife is dope. My wife she fine to me. So I'm really, we have a lot of fun together. So, I will be curious about what she wants to change or enhance to do to herself. Like what does she, want to upgrade, I guess, or convert. But at the end of the day, it's her body. I mean, she's an adult, to John's point, and she has the ability to do what she wants to do. And I would still be supportive of whatever she wanted at the end of the day.
But since we keep,
and also she's had 2 kids, so I get that piece too if she wants to.
But you see, you know what I've learned too along the way. Yes, I totally agree with Keltrick in the sense of like at the end of the day, a woman has the right to do whatever she wants to do with her body. Now, if you're asking an opinion, like me, I'm a naturalist. Like I don't like them long eyelashes that flap like ducks in the wind. I don't like none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, who am I to tell you what beauty is to you? If you're asking my opinion, and Keltrick and John and everybody that knows me, I used to joke about it, but I'm serious. It's like the way I see you at 6 o'clock in the morning is the way I want to see you at 6 o'clock at night. I don't want to meet you and you look completely different. And then in the morning, I'm like, damn, who the fuck is that? But for a woman, if she considers those things that she needs to make herself feel beautiful, who am I to say nothing? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a delicate line because it's like if you ask a man, say, do you like your wife wearing this X, Y, and Z? And he says no, that can be dangerous because it's like, I don't know, it's a woman's prerogative, but for some men, I feel like they don't really desire or need all that. They love their women the way they are naturally. But on the flip side, if a woman says this makes me feel beautiful, who are we to say anything or criticize about it? So I don't know. It's like a slippery slope sometimes.
Yeah, I like what one of our viewers is saying from YouTube, Selena. It doesn't help either that the world's definition of beauty isn't always the same, opinions versus facts. So standard of beauty here is going to be totally different standard of beauty in Europe versus standard of beauty, you know, in South America versus standard of beauty in every part of the motherland. So I can completely understand that.
Or even standard of beauty from decade to decade.
Yeah.
That through the decades, it's changed so much.
Yeah.
If you guys speaking of that,
up, right? About the lips thing, we were talking about like we both have full lips, and back in the day, that was like you got soup kitchen lips and all this other stuff, and now people are pumping their lips full of collagen.
Yeah.
So,
have you guys? I mean, it's kind of.
I grew up having like insecurities about my lips because growing up around a lot of white people and stuff, and then you know lips were not the thing, and now I'm like y'all out here duck lips don't look right. Yeah, it changes.
Has anybody? I guess this kind of ties into it, but I saw that in Nigeria they banned like
outside
European marketing, and basically like if you ain't Nigerian, we don't need you to be promoting anything to our citizens. There we go. Nigeria said no more European models.
Just said Nigeria said no more European models, and I honestly think that's a good thing, right? Like we are not European here. You know what I'm saying? We're Nigerian. So if you want to market to us, then you need to market to us.
Right.
Put us in the ads. Put us in the marketing. Because if we're not seeing us, then how are we relating to your product?
Exactly.
And I love that we're in a place right now where we're demanding that. Right? Mm-hmm. Like we're not happy with what you're trying to sell us as what we should look like. We know we look good like this. Tell us how to enhance that shit.
Or better yet, have one of us tell us how to.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Exactly. It's like Janelle says, like the definition of beauty is an opinion, and it is.
Yeah.
Everybody feels different about it.
I like that quote. So can I ask you a question, sisters? So if you met your man, spouse, boyfriend, no, it's not nothing crazy. I'm not crazy like that no more.
You're crazy.
Please. If you met your man, your mate, boyfriend, whatever, and there was a specific aesthetic about it. Let's say physical aesthetic.
That big thing on that forehead that Jennifer talking about?
No. I'm going a different route. It was a physical aesthetic that made you attracted to him. You were like, yeah, of course there's the emotional and the spiritual and all that, but it was that physical thing that brought you to him. And now you in love with him and you married him, but years go by, he starts to fall off. Would you tell him, like, I need you to get that back, or would you love him no matter how he ends up?
You love him no matter what. I think the only thing that can fall off would be personality things. But once you fall in love with somebody, and it's no longer about that. At least for a woman, like security is what's attractive.
Keltrick, stop making me laugh.
All that kind of stuff. But
so let me be totally blunt. I'm paint the picture. So let's say you met your man and he was emotionally, spiritually perfect, and physically he was like, I don't know, LL Cool J, whoever y'all think is physically buff. But along the way, he starts to turn, no disrespect to the dead, I'm from New York. Along the way, he starts to turn into Biggie Smalls or something like that. But he's still emotionally and spiritually perfect. Keep it 100.
Jennifer was like,
it's not going to make it.
I'm sorry. Is the stroke game still the same? Because if the stroke game
it cannot be the same, it probably won't be.
But it can't.
I beg to
differ. It probably won't be.
Yeah.
It get better.
No, wait. Let's just be real.
You get tired faster.
I'm gonna be real.
I'm sorry, Biggie breathes.
No, I'm gonna be real with you.
He was smashing Kim.
I'm gonna be real. I have breast envy.
No.
Nah, go ahead, lady.
I have breast envy. I don't want another pair of breasts. I don't want another pair of breasts in the bed with me. So no, if he
what if it was like a B cup, not a C cup?
Oh, you know what?
Nope, not gonna
work. You don't want the middies. You don't want the middies, Jennifer. You don't want somebody with no middies.
We're gonna keep it all the way 100.
I don't want them hanging over me in bed. I don't want them hitting my back. I don't want any of that.
So many opinions in the comment, y'all. Lisa says Biggie was big, fat, and ugly, and they loved him. Rose was like,
that was the money.
Nah, get it together. You slipping.
It's about personality. It's always about personality.
And I love
y'all
that.
are not going to get away with talking about Biggie like this.
I love the comment where you just said that person said get it together. Now, keep it 100. Is it a double standard? is it easier for you to tell a man to get it together? Now, if the man told you that, what if he said, "Nah, babe, you slipping, get your body together"? Would it be received the same way?
Well, I'm
double
commenting.
standard.
I date women. I was engaged to a woman. My second fiance broke up with me because I lost weight. Because she met me big. She met me 300 pounds. And I lost 100 and something pounds. And she said she wasn't attracted to me at a smaller weight. And she didn't like the attention that I was getting from losing weight. So I don't even think it's a man-woman thing. And she actually cheated on me with a girl that was 4 sizes bigger than me.
So there's something different to that, though. If we want to play with that, that's something totally different, because that is more about control than anything else, right? Because
and insecurities.
Absolutely. Like, what was attractive was potentially what she perceived to be your insecurities, and when your confidence began to grow, she had outkicked her coverage. You had outgrown the dynamic of the relationship. So when you began to not be in the same mental space, it's like, well, let me give me somebody that I think is probably going to be a little bit more submissive potentially, or adhering upon this dynamic that I want to create, where I get to dictate the terms. Now, when you are
be attracted to bigger women, because her current, actually, she watches this show, so maybe I should shut up. But
hey, big lady lover, how you doing?
Yeah,
big
lady lover.
Her fiance right now is actually a bigger woman too, so that is actually what she's attracted to. I don't necessarily think that's who she likes.
Too much cam. I gotta get in before I leave. I gotta shoot. What
if she just like bigger women? What if she just likes bigger women?
Nah, but go back to the main topic. Do you think it's easier for a man to get that critique over a woman? Because I think if a woman tells her man, "Babe, you need to work, lose that stomach, get in the gym," it's all right. That man gonna do that if he love her. But if you tell a woman, "Babes, I need you to get back in that gym and drop down the way it used to be," that might be, she might receive it, but it might be a little pushback.
I think the difference is women have children, women have different hormones. I'm not saying there's not a double standard. I think it is a double standard. I think you should probably be able to, either party in the relationship should be able to do it. However, having babies is a whole different.
Going through menopause.
Thank you, Rita. Rita says thank you. Janelle
I
says,
feel that.
Yes.
But to take Cassie's point, take the babies out of it. Let's say you ain't had no babies. Is it a double standard then? Is it different?
I don't know, because I had babies, so I don't know.
Yeah, but you still go through hormonal changes. I don't have babies, and men
and women are not the same.
Yeah.
And it's double standard, call it what you want to. It's just different. You know what
Men
I'm saying?
could have a great poop and lose 10 pounds. Women, it takes us like last year to lose 10 pounds. So
go ahead, read that.
Rose,
Cam.
get over here.
I want Cam to read this comment. Cam, read the comment.
Rose said, "Women's supposed to be soft. Men supposed to have titties."
What up, Rose? What's up,
Rose?
Not supposed to have.
Not supposed to have. Not supposed to have titties.
Okay, well, I like my men fluffy, so I think it's all in preference.
Yes, it is. It is.
Wow.
And it's like they say, there's somebody for everybody. Somebody for everybody.
You mean fluffy, or you mean that new phrase they call dad bodge? Fluffy and dad bodge is.
I like
two different things.
People to squish like a teddy bear. I want squishy and squishy and cuddly and warm.
Well, y'all, I did see one comment come up with their favorite highlight. The caregiver show was eye-opening for me. I appreciate the openness and information shared. And this was actually our second show. This was the show that Jem produced and was really close to her heart. And I'm glad that we did it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's something that's talked about enough.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And
I'm
it was
glad
a real
that you
big debate.
guys supporting me, sharing that. Because when we were first on the guys podcast, we talked a little bit about caregiving, and it was kind of controversial because KG kind of said, you're not obligated to take care of your parents as kids, as their offspring. You're not obligated to take care of your parents, and some people felt a kind of way about it. And I'm personally I am a caregiver for my mom who has dementia. I'm the youngest of 4, and part of my struggle has been that like I'm one of the people who's like hands on. So I'm here every day helping my father. And some of my siblings, they have like different interaction with it. And everybody's going through the process of accepting my mom's dementia differently. So everybody has a different role. And I think when we had Dr. Fayron Epps on, who is the founder and creator of Caregiving While Black, one of the questions that we posed to her was, when you have multiple family members, like how do you not have any kind of resentment, or just like how do you have a good relationship to be in the caring role for your aging parent? And one of the things that she said was, allow people to operate in their strengths. Everybody's not the hands-on person. Everybody's not the day-to-day activity type person. Maybe your thing is, if you can cut hair, if it's your father, like give him a haircut. If you are the person who's arranging, like getting the grass cut or something like that. So I wanted to ask the fellas, like if you were ever put into the position of having to care for your parents, if it is dementia, Alzheimer's, or something debilitating, like what role do you think you would play? Would you be a hands-on person, or like where do you think you would operate in your strengths as a caregiver? Because we hear women, so we want to hear what the guys have to say.
I was gonna ask a question about it, but you made a good point. I think for me, to just jump out there and say that a child is obligated to take care of their parent, it can be touchy because it all depends on the relationship that they have with their parent. And I know some people that might be a wound. I've heard some people say before, no matter what, that's your mother, that's your father, you're supposed to. You know, that relationship could be dampened. It could have been, you know what I mean? You don't know what happened to that relationship. Now, I will say in my situation, I would always want to make sure, because I was raised by my mother. I never met my father, nobody else. So my mother was my rock. My homeboys from the show, they all met my mother. So I feel obligated to make sure she's all right. Like she's still in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? And she wants to move back to Jamaica. So if, God forbid, when that time comes, do I feel obligated to go back to the Bronx and move there and make sure she's all right? Not necessarily, but I want to make sure she's got the best care possible. Whether I would, and for one, a caveat, I know some people say they would put their parents in a home. I could never do that. You know, some people will say, I'm going to put my parents in an old folks home. I have relatives. I'm fortunate enough to have relatives who are in the medical field and have, you know, that extended family to where like, all right, yo, we'll watch your mother. But I don't know. To answer the question, man, it's just tough for me. I don't think there's an obligation. I think you should want to make sure that your parents are all right. But based on that relationship, I don't know, because I've known some relationships with people where that relationship is damaged, and you know, and it sounds fucked up that they turn their back on their parent, but you know, I don't know. It's hard. I don't think just to answer the question, I don't think it's an obligation. I think you should, but I don't think you're obligated that you must take care of your parents.
Yeah, I mean, if I got a roof overhead, you know, of course my mother does, of course my father does, you know. It's one of them situations that we all getting into that age range to you have to start thinking about these kinds of things because it's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's reality. I would like to imagine that I'd be able to, you know, accommodate and move somebody in with me. It's one of them things that definitely people need to plan more for and save for and everything else, because like if that was to happen, knock on wood, you know what I'm saying? I really don't know what my game plan would be like immediately. You know what I'm saying? I'd assume need to move them here because I can't drop everything and move there. You know what I'm saying? But I have given very little thought to that, and I would be really stuck out if something was to happen. It's something to contemplate because I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I would absolutely do what I needed to do. I mean, call it obligation. You should, whatever you want to say. That's kind of how it is for me personally. Everybody's got to, you know, come to their own little understanding. You do what you can do. I feel like it's unfair to a degree, in my opinion, to have one person doing the majority of all the caregiving and whatnot like that. But at the same time, I understand life is what it is. Things happen. People are the way that they are. And ultimately, something's got to happen. You got to make it happen. It is what it is. But it's a messed up situation definitely requires some more planning and thought on my part.
Yeah. I definitely want to acknowledge.
And I think what's important is that, like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, baby, go ahead.
I think what struck out to me most is the obligation part. I have felt guilt and kind of like obligated to be here because I know what my parents have done for me and what they've sacrificed for me, like growing up. But it's very important. Like, I want people to understand, like, it really does depend on your personal relationship. And even when you're considering like your personal relationship, when you're looking at it and you have siblings, one thing that I had to come to terms with is I've had a relationship with my parents for 42 years. I'm the youngest in the family. Everybody else has had additional years with my parents. I don't know. I mean, there are things that have been shared or whatever, but everybody has a different experience with my mom and my dad. So just because I choose to show up one way, I can't expect them to do the same thing because they have their own situations, their own memories, like whatever. So it's not so much the obligation, it's just I'm going to go back to what Dr. Ed said. It's like operate in your strength. Even if it's not being here on a day-to-day basis, reach out, offer something, do what you can if that's the kind of relationship that you have, and if not, I mean, make peace with it and keep it moving.
Yeah, I love that. Lisa Thompson says feeling obligated and caring for her dad who deserted her and her mom was the hardest thing that she's ever done. Thomas, hey Thomas. Since his plan is to have in-home care for his mom, it would be impossible for me to be there day to day. And I like that there are some companies out there that provide that option for you. On the opposite end of that, Janelle says, nah, they fuck the parents. They can find their own help. And I know people that have been through that, and it's a difficult decision for them to make because people are always like, oh, you just gonna say fuck your parents? Like, nah, this is like years of me having to deal with that internally to say that for my own peace of mind and my own sanity, when it comes to like breaking generational curses, sometimes you just have to leave those people behind, and that's it. And that's all. I love what Robin says. I'm a coordinator in memory care. It's hard seeing families feel bad when they place them in assisted living, but sometimes that's the best choice. I mean, it really depends on the choice for you, right? Because I think the fear for everyone is what are they going to do to them while they're in the home?
Right.
And especially when they look like
right.
us. So 100%. 100%.
That's facts. Because I remember when I was in New York and I was working in a nursing home, and it's like you build those relationships with the people that's in there, and they may be cool for you, and you be like, oh, they cool as hell, but you don't know how those parents were to their own kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks,
y'all. I can see with the home, anything like that. I just remember like there being a very overpowering smell in them places. Going into them when I would have to go visit a family member or something in there, and I'm sure that the people that work in those facilities try as hard as you can to keep something, clean and whatever. But it just seems like there is a particular smell that's associated with nursing homes, especially as you start getting to the like state-run nursing homes, county-run homes. It's been my experience. I'm only speaking for myself. So I would definitely do everything possible to avoid my family members going to that type of facility. But at the same time, they would be down here in the basement. Well, that was interesting.
Well, I love what Janelle said. I absolutely love the segment with CE. The guidance and the information was very much appreciated. I like that. That was one of my favorite episodes too.
So what was that about?
So the episode with C. Anderson, one of my favorite Howard alum, was about intimate partner violence. And I think it's something that's not talked about openly in our community enough, just because of the fact that a lot of us are breaking generational curses. A lot of us are understanding that certain things aren't acceptable in a relationship. And I think one of the biggest things that I've always had an issue with is, especially from the perspective of a victim, are those people that know that someone that they know is a perpetrator of intimate partner violence, and kind of just, okay, well, that's what he's doing, I'm not worried about it. Or if that's what she's doing, I'm not worried about it. And then the other thing of that is how men don't speak up about how they've been involved in intimate partner violence. So the one thing that I love that y'all are here for is to hear about it from a different perspective. Just learning about men who have been in intimate partner violence situations, have known their friends to be in intimate partner, situations. It sounds all good for a chick to be toxic, but when she's trying to kill your ass, it's not funny anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or like, have you ever come across like a friend who is like about that shit, and you're just like, nah, my dude, that's not my bag. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
John, you muted.
John, you on mute.
And I didn't do that.
I knew I was going to do that. I think this is a very interesting topic, and we talk about this type of stuff like on the internet all the time. And women will be like, "How is it possible that none of y'all know the dudes is doing this?" And there's so many people that have gone through it. You know what I'm saying? I can say I do not know of anyone that has shown that aspect of themselves to me, but what people do behind closed doors, I don't necessarily know. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it doesn't match up. You know what I mean? Where you got all these people that are having, been in domestic violence situations or whatever, and then you got a bunch of men that's like, we don't know anybody that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't particularly have an answer for it other than to say most men, I'd imagine, don't beat their girlfriend up in front of their friends. You know what I'm saying? I can't say it was something I've never seen. So that's where it comes from me personally, but I don't know. It's a strange situation.
So what would you do if it was like one of your best friends type of situation? Because I have been in those situations where because again, I date girls. So I've seen a friend beat up her girlfriend in front of me. Mm-hmm. And it was like, in that moment, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, I can see both sides because you're like, that's my friend, that's their relationship. I don't feel like I should intervene. So I can see that side of it, but it's also one of those weird situations now where that friendship is tainted. You know what I mean? Like, now I can't be your friend. Like, I couldn't be her friend after that.
I mean, if it was like a friend of mine and I saw him fighting a woman or, beating up his partner or whatever the case is, I would be shocked. You know what I'm saying? I would try to break it up.
I'm sorry.
It would be so shocking to me. I don't even know how I would necessarily respond. But yeah, the friendship would definitely be damaged. You know what I'm saying? Because in order for me to consider you a friend of mine, I got to really, really know your character, know a lot about you, and be comfortable with you and everything. And if you're capable of that type of thing, I judged you real wrong. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's messed up.
Mm-hmm. If I see what Thomas said, he said he's experienced all forms of abuse as a man, but y'all supposed to suck it up.
I mean, life's a bitch and then you die. And that's why we get
no bullshit. And I mean, like, of course, if I saw one of my homies doing it, like, I got to put hands on you because I got my daughters. That's just me. That's just how my circle of men friends are. It's like, that's not going to fly. But the flip side to it, because I've seen it before, where one of my homies did put hands on his man for, putting his hands on his lady, but they were together the very next week again. You know what I'm saying? So now, hypothetically, this would never happen. So, like, John's my man. I see him putting hands on a female. Me and John go at it. We got over 22 years. We wreck it out. The girl that I'm trying to, quote unquote, protect or be like, John, that shit ain't cool. They still together. So now it's just like, I just tainted my friendship with my man because we ain't never went that route before. But the person that I'm thinking that I'm protecting or saving John from or saving her from, y'all still together. And it's like a reoccurrent situation. So now it's like me and John's friendship is over. Mm-hmm. I can't fuck with you as a female now neither. So now it's just like, it's a delicate situation. But yes, I would definitely intervene. I can't, like, my biggest pet peeve is like when we see all these fights on Instagram or like a woman getting jumped and all these niggas got cameras and they recording the joint. I'm like, nobody's jumping in. Y'all just want to record it. And I think we did speak about it on our show and Rashid made a point and John did too, but I just know how I'm built with it. If I'm riding with the four of them and I see a woman getting manhandled, I'm jumping out. But Ross said the point, It's like, yes, you want to save that person in distress, but at the same token, I got to go home to my daughters, and I don't know what that dude may have. So it's like that chivalrous act that I want to do, I got to be careful on how that is, because a lot of people are crazy out here. So me
throw rocks from down the block.
Yeah, I'm trying to save the honor of somebody that I don't know, and now I'm in the hospital. My daughters is without their dad, and that's really what happens out here too.
Yeah. But what I like about what I like about that episode is we talk more about not just physical violence, but financial abuse. We talked about verbal abuse, emotional abuse, you know, all of those things that you really don't realize you're in it until you're in it. And then when you get out, you're like, damn, that was verbal abuse like on that.
Well, and even to go back to Thomas's point about like, I think what he was trying to say, I may be really wrong, but he's my best friend, so I think I know. So he's basically saying like men get abused, but they're supposed to suck it up, right? And they're supposed to just take it, because a lot of times I have been in situations where I've watched women talk to men like so disrespectful that if a man had said that to a woman, that would have been lights out.
Yeah.
But because a woman said it, or a woman threw a glass at you, or a woman threw a punch at you, you're supposed to take that. And how much are you supposed to take before you shake her ass and throw her down some stairs? Like it gets to a point where I know that men are physically
throwing her down the stairs.
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
I mean, you as a man, you have to control your emotions and your responses, and you are responsible for your actions. And like we said earlier, men and women are very different. You know what I'm saying? The majority of women, there are some cases where a woman is physically bigger or might be in better shape or stronger or something like that. But I mean, the majority of cases, if a woman is driven to violence or something like that, like she's smacking you, the best thing that the man should do, and I think that we finally get into a point where we're like teaching our children this, is to just walk away, try to get away from her. Now, everybody brings up the hypothetical, like, what if you can't leave? She's blocking you from the door, or, you know, something crazy. I mean, if your life is on the line, you know, I don't know what you're supposed to do. She got a gun or something. Are you supposed to just let her shoot you? No. But everybody always tries to go too far with the little hypotheticals. I'm just saying, just in
but keeping it 100 though, Jan's homeboy is absolutely right though. I mean, as a dude, you're gonna have to suck it up. You get slapped, she talked to you disrespectfully, she talked to you crazy. You as a man going back and forth with her with that, and you crazy, and you slapping her, you catching an L. You looking like you losing regardless. You know what I mean? So you just either gotta A, suck it up, or B, walk away.
Walk away. Walk away. This is the danger of moving in with a woman, because if she's paying the rent, she's gonna talk to you absolutely crazy.
That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole other topic. I encourage y'all to go back and
the HU group.
Right. I encourage y'all to go back and watch the episode on intimate partner violence, especially when we talk about the different types of intimate partner violence that Cam spoke about, the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse, things of that nature, and just getting more resources on where you can find help, how you can be supportive to your friends, and listening to one of my favorite people in the world, Candace C. Anderson, and her expertise on what she's seen as far as intimate partner violence goes. But the whole like moving in and when she paying a rent and all of that, like that alludes to one of my favorite episodes, and that was Cam's on relationships and sex. And
that's when we had the sponsorship from, or we had what's the name of the Black Gentry, a new dating site for African American professionals. So my question to you guys is, what are the negative impacts do social media have on dating and romantic relationships?
I don't say anything about my personal life on social media. Social media is not your friend. This is again one of them hard lessons to learn. I learned it a long time ago. Me personally, that's how I choose to conduct things, because it tends to warp stuff. It just has not been a very positive experience for me, so I would never do such a thing. But Neil might be.
Why hasn't it been positive? Why hasn't the experience been positive?
They got some kind of inside friend,
right? We need to know. We need to know.
We need to know.
I'm trying to. All I'm saying is, in my personal opinion, like I don't put any of my business on social media, like not my name, not my pictures, not like none of that, because again, people
podcast.
Well, I mean, can anybody necessarily find me? You know what I'm saying?
I have 4,000 viewers.
Really?
Yeah.
Viewers, you can find me on Facebook. I'm always in Facebook jail, so that's number one.
But don't you want someone to see you though? Like if you're dating or want to be in a relationship, shouldn't social media be?
Is social? So wait a minute, say that again.
So you're saying nobody had no pictures of me. Can't nobody see me on social media?
That's not what I'm
saying. Okay, so okay.
I mean, I'm just saying that I don't think social media is appropriate forum for like your actual life. You know what I'm saying? People, this has been how it is for me. Like people would not like something that I said or something that I did, and instead of trying to come for me, they will come for like my kids or whoever I'm with, or something crazy like that. And I'm not having it because I'm not wrapped too tight. So it is best to absolutely avoid that. It's just been my experience. Like I've been on the internet for a long time, and these people is crazy out here. I admire y'all that want to, put all your stuff out there, but it's a little too much.
Okay, so let me get a little deeper then. So how can social media negatively impact your a current romantic relationship?
How can social media currently?
So for example, you liking everybody else shit, but you ain't liking my shit.
Oh yeah, I don't play I mean, I understand what you're saying.
You saying everybody else happy birthday, but you ain't saying happy birthday to me.
Right.
No pictures of me nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I mean, I do understand. Like, that's exactly the point. It can make people very insecure. You can put a whole lot of extra emphasis on things that to me do not matter whatsoever. I'm a serial liker. I like everything. So if you put something up, like you put up pictures of your kids or your mom, or you had a good business, it could be pictures, it could be whatever. I'm probably gonna like it. In fact, I'm probably gonna love it. That does not mean I'm gonna give it the little heart emoji. That doesn't mean that I'm really loving it. It just means I love this thing. I love that. It's like curating my little feed or whatever. But if you are the kind of person that kind of triggers your insecurities or whatever, I'm not responsible, in my opinion, for how you feel, especially when it's all above board or whatever the case is. So, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, because people are people and they start reading into things, you know what I'm saying? And maybe not being able to communicate how they feel and blah, blah, blah. And it could just go left. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Neil.
Oh wow, Robin.
Oh, see, exactly.
I think Robin said it. My ex put everything on Facebook, especially our arguments and conversations, so they could get back up and prove I was wrong.
They would do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to you on this one. What's your
hell?
They would do that one time with me, and it would be a wrap.
I know that's
right. See, I'm not the type of person that's like, I don't know. I'm not a social media junkie. Like John knows. Like I used to be years ago. But I used to have maybe like thousands and thousands of pictures and posts on IG. Now I only have 2. I don't like social media at all. I think my life is private. The people that are important to me, they'll know about what's going on with me. It's not meant for the social media world to know anything about me. So I don't know. I'm just
ultimately, who are we?
Facts. You know what I mean? Like my life is not that important that I need to show the world. It's important to the ones that I love. It's important to my daughters. It's important to who I'm with. And that's it. I don't need to show. You don't need to know where I'm at on vacation. You don't need to know where I'm at in a restaurant. You don't need to know what car I'm driving. You don't need to know nothing about me. If you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't.
I do love a food pic, though. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to love a food pic.
I mean, I will definitely check in certain places. I will occasionally put up, little like I'm doing something special or whatever the case is. I'm not saying I never throw anything up there. I'm just merely saying, like, I know y'all know how it goes, where people will have their whole entire relationship displayed for public discourse. You know what I'm saying? And
the ones that go too extra. You're going to show me your morning ritual routines. You're going to show me your closet. You're going to show me the drive on the way to work. You're going to show me that you stopped in Starbucks. You're going to show me your work desk. You're going to show me traffic going home. You're going to show me your shoe closet. You're going to walk through the store with me and show me that you in the mall. I don't need all that.
I feel so seen right now, y'all. I feel so seen right now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this,
I'm feeling what y'all saying because I feel like the next relationship that I'm in, I don't even want to be friends on social media.
Me neither.
Like, I just want us to have our relationship like separate. I don't want him going back looking at memories, talking about who was this that commented on your. I don't want to look at his stuff, and let's just keep that separate. The last relationship that I was really like a part of, I never posted his face. I would post like his hand or like his shoulder or his knee or something like that. Those who are my actual friends.
I remember that, Jen.
So it was like those who were around me, those who were in my inner circle had of course met him. They've hung out with him. They've been around. They knew exactly who he was. But for just like the random people that are friends on my social media, they would have never known. They would have walked past him, not even known. And now I'm at the point that if I'm with somebody, I think the only time I would post a picture is like a bitch is married. Okay, y'all like, where he come from? Oh, he been around.
Right. No, I feel you.
I feel you. That, though.
And even then, it might just be our hands with the rings. It might not even be his face.
Well, I will say though, but I would have. Here's the flip side. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. Most of my dates come from social media. That's one. So, Black Gentry, thank you for hooking me up with all my dates and my free page. Thank you very much, Black Gentry again.
Wait.
But also, like, I would have never met y'all. I would have never met anybody on this podcast right now if it wasn't for social media. Point blank, period. We all went to college together and we never met each other. We all lived in dorms together and we never met each other. Social media is what brought us.
Kim and I were on the same
I remember some of y'all.
Me and Jen.
I remember some of you. I just might not have known you.
But again, we developed a relationship through social media.
Fair enough.
And see, you know what? It's funny, but it's kind of like how life is. John is like the social media person. So like him saying that he remembers some of y'all because he was probably out there social. I was at Howard. I don't think any of y'all ever saw me, and I don't think I ever saw any of y'all. So I'm just that low-key person. So it goes to your personality.
Y'all, I want to give a shout out to my mama, Angela Cesar, reference Louisiana. She said, I'm so proud to be a part of y'all family and the tribe. So wonderful to hear young, mature Black folks share open and honestly respect.
There you go.
Mom
gets no chi-chi,
best birthday ever.
We can't give Mom a chi-chi shake.
Everybody
you
else
can if you was in New Orleans.
She don't care. Yeah, she'll take it. She's from Louisiana. She'll take a chi-chi shake.
Oh, she takes some beach.
Yeah, she'll take a chi-chi shake.
That is too. I can't with y'all. Cam's mom is the coolest. All these educators. Neil, Cam's mom is an educator too.
Oh, hey now, man. Listen, I really don't know how long. I really don't know how I've been in it for so long. It's like I've been in it for like 23 years, and every time I say I want to be out,
you're right back in.
Yeah.
It sucks you in. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, yo, yeah. But you know what? I would like to ask you. Well, never mind. This is your show. I can't ask you no questions. Never mind.
Of course you can.
Yes, you can.
Go ahead, Bo.
Nah, okay. Let me ask you a question because it's like John knows how we get down on our show, and I love y'all energy. Y'all are so dope. And I posed this question earlier today, and I know y'all are straight honest, so I don't have to worry about y'all front. Do you think? How do I want to phrase it? Just straight out. Do you think chivalry is dead or women killed it?
Ooh.
I do not think chivalry is dead at all.
At all.
What do you mean by women killed it?
In the sense, and I'm not saying y'all, but it's a general statement. In the sense of where I raised my daughters that way, so has John and Keltrick and Rod. Like, I'll hold the door for a woman. You know what I'm saying? If I'm with my lady, she got to walk on the inside of the street. I'm old school values because I don't care. I show my age. I'm 50. But I've also been there where it's like women are like, I can hold my own doors. I don't need you to do it. You know what I mean? So it kind of like,
no, I'm not gonna open my door.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, damn, don't let nobody steal your joy. I'm just doing something I'm groomed to do, that I'm supposed to do. But I get the pro-independent, because even my daughters is like that. They're like, Dad, I don't want you to hold the door for me. I'm like, okay, I'm your dad. I'm showing you how it's supposed to be. But their mindset is of, I can hold my own door, which they are right. So in that aspect, is chivalry dead? Or have women killed it? And I'm not saying when women killed it, it's in a bad way, but is it dead where women no longer need it? What do you think?
No, I don't think chivalry is dead at all.
Women didn't kill it either. I think, yes, we are independent in a lot of ways, obviously in all the ways, but I think it's more so men don't know what to do. I think men will always rise to the occasion by instinct. If I'm walking with you and I've been taught for you to open the door and I stop at the door, you're just naturally going to open it. I think men need to do that. If I open my own door, you also know, okay, I guess I don't need to do that. But there are always going to be aspects of chivalry that you're going to exhibit. I can dump the trash, but I bet you I won't. I'm not going to dump the trash if I have a man that's here with me, not because I'm too good to do it, but just because I do believe in some of those roles. I think you get in where you fit in, and if your woman likes it, then you're going to do it naturally. If she doesn't want it or doesn't care, that'll work for your relationship too. I think relationships aren't dead. So whatever rules you put in your relationship are just going to go out there. My husband doesn't open the car door for me every single time. I think that's kind of silly in 2-degree weather. Why are you coming all the way around here to open my door when I'm just going to open the door anyway? So some things, I think there's just an ebb and flow of all of the things. But
so then let me ask you, piggyback, and I want to hear from all the other women on here too. But Cassie, with your statement of there's some things that you can do, but you're just not going to do. So now on the things that you can do, but you're not going to do, let's say, not your husband, when y'all were dating or something, let's say he wasn't groomed in the way that you know a man should be. Would you mind teaching him that? Or would that annoy you, that the fact that you would have to teach him that?
You got to teach everybody a little bit.
I think I'd probably be annoyed, but I would maybe bring it up a couple times and see how it goes.
Okay.
But
I want to hear from Jan and Angela and Ken and Jennifer. Go ahead.
I mean, honestly,
I'm going to say this. Like, I am
relationships. It just boils down to how you view your relationships. And I don't think it's a chivalry thing. Like, for example, I remember we had this discussion in our group, power group. And everybody told me that I was wrong for liking a picnic or there was this meme basically where a guy had pulled up to Sonic and put out a table and some glassware. And I thought the shit was romantic. And all the girls said I was lame and that I didn't care. And I was like, yo, you bring me a Starbucks coffee in the morning. That makes my pussy wet. I want you to pay attention to the finer details. It's not about spending $1,000 on a dinner. I can do that for my damn self. So I think but some women are like that. Some women want you to pay for their nails to be done. Some women to open your car door. Other women like me, I see different things are more important to me, that you paid attention. You listen to me. You want to be supportive of me. So I think it just boils down to that person and that woman's needs and that man's needs. And I think it's vice versa. Because again, I told y'all I date everything that breathes. So it's no different. Honestly, I've dated trans women. I've dated trans men. I've dated men. I've dated women. Everybody is the same when it comes to that. It's just learning the person and their needs and being there to communicate that. Like Victoria says it perfect. Communication is the key for me.
But I don't think chivalry is dead, because coming from down south, that's just what you were taught a man is supposed to do and what men do. But at the same time, it's like every there's a place for everything. I don't need you to open my door when I'm in a hurry to get somewhere. I don't need you to open my door when I'm walking ahead of you and I need to, it's just open the door for me when we're going out somewhere or we're at a store. If I'm walking ahead and you need to go get a basket, I'm gonna open the door. It's I don't know, it's not dead at all. It's a partnership. Chivalry is a partnership. How about that?
I like that. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
You said Angela and
Chivalry
Jen?
is not what it used to be.
Mm.
Like for me, it's can you get me something to eat? Because I haven't eaten all day long. And they know it too. I will work and work and work and work, and all of a sudden somebody is coming in here and bringing me a plate of food. Like that's what I need. I don't need you to open the door. Make sure my basic needs are met. And I think that I'm thinking a lot of times like guys are done a disservice because and I'm gonna pull this up. It's a generation thing. Maybe I need an older man. It is a generation thing. And I think that guys are taught that chivalry is a certain way. It's these certain things that you do. But it's like Cam said, it's all about communication and understanding what your woman needs. Because once you're able to provide those needs to her, just those small, ambiguous things like getting me a donut or something because I haven't eaten all day. Like I see that as being chivalrous. You know what I mean? Like with my kids, give him a bath. You know what I mean? I don't have to because I've been tired all day, or wipe his butt because I wiped his butt earlier today, and I just feel like that I love you so much. I'm getting up to do it, but you're like, nah, babe, I got this. I'm gonna go wipe a butt for you. Like that's chivalry to me.
But you said something, Angela, in your comment. I mean, your person in the comment said something too. I think it is a generational thing because I remember when we were having our last staff party before school got out, and like I said, I'm an educator. So it's maybe like a room full of like, I don't know, 30 females and like 10 dudes. And so it's like they had a big banquet and whatever. And they're like, all right, everybody go get something to eat. I'm literally sitting down at the table still, me and my man. And everybody else is going, and dudes, like in Boys in the Hood, dudes is going up to eat and grabbing their plates. And it's like, he looked at me, it was like, yo, cats nowadays is different. And a couple of sisters came over, they were like, thank you. Because it's like, yo, I can't see. There's women right here. Let them eat first. What you Bogart? So it just made me realize it is a generational thing. Because little things that I would do, like I know a woman might say, I don't care if a man eats in front of me. But I'm like, for me, that don't sit right. It's like, how you going to go in front of all these females and get some...
But see, at a down south event, the older women would have been feeding y'all, and everybody would have been in line.
Yes, I don't think about any of that. Like, I wouldn't care if a guy got his food, like a random man got his food before me, and I'm sure I'm making.
Yeah, no,
I think it's also regional because Cassie, you're from Jersey, and like
you're from
the South.
I'm gonna
like.
No, I'm from because I don't think I ever got introduced. I was born in Jamaica, but I was raised in New York. I'm from the Bronx.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
What you say, Jeff?
I'm gonna piggyback on the location. I'm gonna go with the location because I'm from Southwest Georgia, and I am the product of a 58-year marriage. And my father has always been very chivalrous when it comes to my mother. So he's the type that he's opening their door. He opens her car door every time. Like when we get somewhere and park, like she don't even open her door to get out. Like she waits until he like opens the door. And so that's their thing. So that's what I grew up seeing. So I appreciate when a man does some of those certain things. I'm going to take it to even getting out and pumping gas, that kind of thing. If a woman is in the car, I need to see when a woman is like pumping gas and there's a man in the car, unless you have like some type of ailment, like why is she pumping gas?
No.
So I agree with you. That annoys the hell out of me.
There was one time, I gotta tell y'all this. There was one time I was with this dude, like we were in my car, we stopped, I had to get gas. I asked him to pump gas, and he was like, he looked at me like I was crazy. Like we were newly getting to know each other, so it wasn't like my dude or nothing. So I'm like, can you pump my gas? He was like, I mean, it's your car though. I said, okay, that's cool. So I got out, I pumped the gas. And when I was almost done, I tapped on the window. I was like, can you go inside and get me a ginger ale?
And you rolled out.
Like, yeah. So when he went inside, I got in my car and I left. Because if I'm going to pump the gas in my own, I'm going to be in the car by myself. Like, we're not doing that. So I rolled out. So it's those kind of things. But now I would say, you don't have to like open the door for me all the time, but I do appreciate when a man will like let me walk on the inside, or I feel protected when a man is being chivalrous for certain things.
And you read my mind because I was just about to ask you if you are that old school where you like to walk on the inside. When I see dudes letting women walk on the outside, that's like
that's weird. That's weird.
I have a question. So we talking about like what is traditionally appropriate for men to do with the woman that they're with, and so on and so forth. What is the tradition? Like, what is the traditional thing that women should be doing in their relationships?
Oh my God, that's so broad.
So I'll say like when
depends on the man in the relationship, right?
I'll say with my parents as well. Like when my mom was still capable of doing things before the dementia and everything, she would always fix my dad's plate first. So that's something that's kind of like established. Like if I were dating a dude and we were like exclusive, I ain't doing this just for like we've been out a couple of times.
Okay.
But like if we're in a serious relationship, there are times I'll be like, I'll fix his plate and make sure, like, sit his plate down, then I'll do it. I might not do it every time, but especially if we're at like visiting other people's houses, it's his first time being there or whatever, I'll fix his plate. Yeah. But then after a while, it's like, you fam, get your own plate.
Okay.
If I fix my husband's plate, he's going to take it back and get different food because I'm going to put vegetables on it. And small.
John, I'm actually proud of you, John, because John made me really think about that, and I love the fact that I have y'all. So I love y'all point of view. There really are no man. Well, you could tell me because I'm just assuming as a man. There are really no mandates or things that are required for a woman in a man's relationship. Like how it's required. Hold on, like how it's required to be chivalrous. Like for me, like if my lady says, I don't require my lady to do anything. It's an option. If you feel like cooking,
keep the house clean.
Keep the kids fed, do doctor appointments.
Just the logistics.
Stop it, Neil. Stop it.
No, I'm serious, kid. I don't have a mandate. I look at it like it's an option.
That's because she's already doing it. That's why you don't have a mandate. If she wasn't doing it, you'll have some mandates.
Maybe. I like that. Say that again. I like that. Say that again.
I said the reason why you don't have any mandates is because she's already doing it. It's something that you haven't experienced. But if she wasn't doing those things, then you would have some mandates.
I want y'all to Google the emotional weight that women carry.
Ooh. Who are these women? I'm kidding.
You can meet them at Howard Homecoming.
Homecoming.
HU
Homecoming. That's right.
So, y'all, HU grads, guess what's coming up? HU Homecoming.
Yes, Lord.
Guess who's gonna be there?
Who?
Us, motherfucker!
Let's go.
So come party with us at HU Homecoming, y'all. Come party with us. I want to meet everybody. Like, I want everybody there. Go on Sheen or whatever it's called. Get your outfit. Let's see your best fit and meet us at HU Move Maker. I'm fucking it up. Anyway, come to this thing. www.homecoming@howard.com.
It's going to be off the hook
all day
as usual. And I really think this is going to be a special occasion because people been in their house the last 2 years, and it hasn't really gotten the opportunity to really go in. And that means you need to be double masked up. Please don't come out here with only one COVID shot. You need all of them. Okay?
The booster.
Make sure you come to the HU bar crawl. That's where we're all gonna be. We're all gonna be there at the HU bar crawl. So you got to get your tickets.
Hosted by Maker's Mark.
Thank John. You know what, brother? Thank you.
That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say.
Help us out.
And Jan, since you my new homegirl sister, we gotta get some more tattoos. Jan, I see you.
Yes,
I want that.
Tattoos, gang. We can
all
do
day.
it all day. Y'all want to come meet us at a tattoo shop? Oh, maybe we can arrange that. Everybody,
now, that'll be hot.
Tattoos. I like that.
Let's get real freaky with it. Call it tattoos, piercings, and liquor.
I like that.
I'll pour you a drink.
Piercings and liquor.
I'll do a piercing.
Hey, now we talking. Let's go.
So that brings us to our Black shout out would be the HU Homecoming bar crawl, homecoming events. Please get your tickets on the Males podcast. I hope y'all watch their podcast next week. Y'all tuned into ours, so watch theirs next week.
Yeah.
We also will be promoting the HU homecoming events. Please sign up.
Ball.
Meet us there.
Absolutely.
It's going down.
All right, so how about we do some yes, we are going live. Somebody said, are we going live? We will be going live from homecoming. I'm buying the equipment. We're going to feature something called Cam on the Street. I'm really excited about it. It's my little brainchild. You like how Cam talks. I always get inboxes about Cam. So Cam's going to be out in the streets of homecoming with the microphone, asking the questions that we ask right now in the ladies' room and what they talk about on Str8 No Chaser, out in the streets of homecoming, at the block parties, at the bar crawl. You can only do it if you're there, though. You got to be there.
The streets need this. Right. The streets need this.
Yes. So we will be live. Thank you, Matthew. So we're going to do our flush. Y'all ready? I don't think y'all know what this is, but basically at the end of every show, we letting shit go. In the ladies' room.
Oh, bars.
Something that we want to just let go. And not deal with. So we're going to let you fellas go first.
Because, like in the ladies' room, you taking a dump, and you just releasing the toxins. Yes. So whatever toxins you want to release out the body and flush down the toilet, you can do that. But you cannot do number 2 in the ladies' room. You in your own room flushing.
Got you. Okay. Absolutely.
All right.
Queens, I'm really wanting to flush all men because men are annoying and irritating. It's a sad fact that it's okay.
Don't flush the men.
I need penis.
I'm just saying, the older dudes, they're terrible. In my job, I got to work with a lot of old men, and the backbiting, the gossiping,
oh my Lord,
it's terrible. It's really, really terrible. People should be embarrassed, and that's because they don't adhere to a code. And basically, we losing recipes. But what the hell? The earth is heating up anyway. We all gonna die. Whatever.
Damn.
That's a morbid ass way to end the show, but in a crazy kind of way. That's why John is my brother. That's why I was thinking of let go of just negative energy and negative people, yo. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your space. Stay in your positive, peaceful, productive space. Let go of negative energy, negative phone calls, negative everything. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you hear the phone ring and you can look at it and there's gonna be some negative shit. Let that shit go. Let it go to voicemail. Don't even answer it. Just let go of all negative shit and enjoy that shit. And that little Mike Tyson joint when he was in his B suit. Just be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Let go of all the negative shit and just be beautiful for real.
I love that. Right. I love that. All right, ladies, what do you got? Who wants to go?
I think I'm flushing all you motherfuckers that's talking about stop eating meat and pork. Kiss my damn ass. I'm flushing all of y'all down the toilet. Because Thanksgiving coming up in about 2-3 months. So
tell them how you really feel, Cam.
Because I'm about ready to hurry up and go eat this pepperoni pizza with extra cheese that I ordered while I was sitting here. So that's what I'm flushing.
Don't let us stop you, Cam.
You shall not.
Right.
Okay. So
cheeks
you always have such good answers, and I have these stupid, silly answers, but I'm dead ass. I guess a couple months ago, 2 big crickets got into our garage, and they must have had about 1 million babies. Ooh. And so my garage has been invaded by little baby crickets all over the place. And I was reminded today in a conversation that if you put a lot of mothballs down, that smell's going to come into your house.
Yes.
I have that. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to get rid of them, but I'm flushing freaking crickets. out of my
the plague. You're flushing the plague down the toilet.
Exactly.
No, they're not going down my toilet. They're gonna
You are the baby cricket terminator. They're going to whisper your name and be like, if you are not a good cricket, Cassie's going to come get you for generations. Living in fear.
I gotta figure it out.
Ooh, crickets. I don't like crickets, so I'm here for that.
I'm pulling up Victoria. Victoria is our honorary member. Flush in the summer. I'm ready for fall. Girl, yes.
Me too.
Yes.
Me
I'm ready
too.
for my garden to bloom. I'm ready for
for
my five
fall.
types of tomatoes to just start coming in and stuff. Like I need all of that. But what I will not agree with, I will not agree with this shit right here though. I love you, Victoria. I love you.
G-A-G-L.
No. Blue the Eagles. Blue the Eagles.
No, yes, thank you. Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you.
Y'all are so disrespectful.
Steelers all day, baby. Even though we don't got a quarterback right now, but I'm not.
As long as nobody in here is a Redskins or Dallas fan, I'm cool with all of y'all.
Washington Nationals or Commanders.
Or whatever they call. As long as nobody
is like Washington Commies.
We love you too, Victoria.
So Jen, what are you flushing?
I am flushing because I just had some major changes. I'm flushing feeling like I'm not ready for the opportunities that are ahead of me. I just made a big decision. So making some moves. So I'm gonna stop, holding myself back. And because you can only go bigger if you go. So yeah.
Come on.
Bigger.
I like that, Jen. That's great. All right, Ange. Did you go, Ange?
What am I flushing? I'm flushing my expectations about being a stay-at-home mom. Because I know I joke and complain about how hard it is, but it is very clear that my kids needed me, not working and being fully focused and present with them. They have been working my motherfucking nerves all week, but I know it's because they miss their mom. So I am flushing, trying to hurry up and get back to work.
Yeah,
because I don't need to. It's just I need to let that shit go and be with my kids.
Flushing my podcast dream right now. School has started and she's just I don't know. Y'all viewers don't even know what happens behind the scenes, but Angela, special shout out to you because you take up all the slack. For real, you're my heart and soul of this show. You really are.
I feel like the universe is really pushing me in the way that I need to.
I think that's a
passion.
Yeah, give Chi
Angela.
The universe has a master plan.
Yes.
So everybody should go ahead and drink something, smoke something, and light some sage.
All right.
Did you go, Kim?
I already went, yes.
Okay, so I didn't go, but I'm going to tell y'all, I've had the best week I've ever had in one of my lives, and I'm going to flush down the past because the present is so good. I just started teaching at a new school. The school is dope. The kids are dope. I just feel so loved. I love them. Everything is just where it's supposed to be. My personal life is fun as fuck. I got something to do every fucking weekend and I'm not stuck in the goddamn wood. I am having a fucking blast.
Good job. Good.
And so I'm just flushing all that negative shit that happened before this week. Bye, bitches. I'm having a blast right now. Good.
That's good.
Real good.
That's good.
Real good.
You know what, yo? For real, before my computer died, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. But every single one of y'all, man, y'all gonna have the best ending of 2022 that y'all could ever imagine. I promise y'all, for real. Because I'm John knows how I am. I'm really into spiritual vibes and sage and crystals and all that. And it's like Jan said, her opening statement was welcome, Neil, if you know nothing about us. But I felt like I already know y'all. So it's just Jan, your spirit is dope as fuck. Angela, you like the mommy of the whole spot.
Yes.
Man, you are no filtered. I love that shit. Cassie is like the diva, but don't get it fucked up. She'll get in your shit. And Jen is just gonna tell it like it is. Y'all energy is dope as fuck. But I promise you, each and every one of y'all, man, y'all gonna have some blessings just getting ready to evolve. Some of y'all already cultivated it. It's popping, y'all. It's popping.
Thank you.
It's a love fest. Look at y'all. There you go.
Neil, you gotta try to come to homecoming or hang out with us somehow, dude.
No, you know what? I'm gonna make this joint. I'm making a verbal joint with all y'all listeners and everything. And John know how I am. I don't really. A lot of shit was popping off. Life was popping off. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm the type of person when I go through shit, I disappear. John knows that about me. Keltrick knows. I'm like a fucking turtle or like a bear. I just go into hibernation, and you won't know what
turtle bear
going on with me because I looked at it like whatever I'm going on in my life, I don't need to take away from my brother, so I'll just pop back up. But I gotta stop that shit. So I'm back. But to answer your question, I'm there. I'm getting everybody drunk. Jane, we getting tattoos. We acting.
I want to come too. I need a new tattoo.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah! Let's go.
Oh, we all getting tattoos.
All right, so meet us at Howard Homecoming, y'all. And I want to thank you, brothers, for being on our show.
Thank you.
Watch their show next week. Watch the show and come back and watch us.
Yes.
There you go.
So we are actually on hiatus until October 27th. That is right after homecoming. We will be back. So please, viewers, y'all have been so good to us. I love it. That's my special shout out. Thank you to all the viewers and people that have tuned in with us because we would not have the show if you did not tune in. So thank you so much. Y'all have made all my dreams come true. Y'all have been so supportive. Thank you for putting comments in the chat and being with us every other Thursday. Now you got to tune in and be with our boys on Str8 No Chaser every other Thursday.
There you go.
We'll be in the comments, brothers. We'll be in the comments.
All right.
So like both of our shows on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music. Watch us all on Facebook Live or on YouTube. Meet in the Ladies Room is a podcast production by Dana at Makita Production.
Woo! Dana, we love you, baby.
Yes,
we love you. And she will be at homecoming too. So if you're wondering who's behind the scenes, you'll get to put a face to a name if you come to homecoming because she's going to be at our events as well. So
yes, she will.
That's right.
And so our intro music was made by Money Maybach 76. Follow him.
Money Maybach.
Money Maybach. And then special shout out to Mr. Fletcher for hooking us up with Money Maybach. And y'all, thank you for an amazing first season of Meet in the Ladies Room. We will be back Thursday, October 27th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Love every single one of y'all. Big hugs virtually, squeezing you tight. Good night.
Peace.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.